就不可以叹气，
确实不能叹气。
请问你是哪里人？
我是山东青岛的，
哇塞，好地方！
去过吗？
去过，
喜欢我们的啤酒吗？
好喝极了。那你呢？
我是东北人。
哇塞，好地方！东北哪里？
哈尔滨去过吗？
去过，
看了冰灯吗？
看了，真美，冷死了。那你的老家呢？
我来自昆明，
哇塞，好地方！
我也觉得很多民族。
对呀，我还去过大理和丽江。
玉龙雪山很漂亮。
对呀，那你呢？
我是西安的，
哇塞，好地方！
你去看了兵马俑吗？
去了2次，真有意思啊！
欢迎再来。
谢谢你。那你呢？
我是广东深圳的。
哇塞，好地方！
你没去过吧？
去过好几次。你经常去香港吗？
有的时候香港的东西好贵。
需要签证吗？
我不需要。
那奥尼弗，你自己是哪里人？
我来自美国、捷克、英国、日本、加拿大、澳大利亚。
哇塞，好地方
Hi there, and welcome to this new lesson, Chinese for Beginners. My name is Oliver. This lesson is all about nice places. If you want to understand everything, you must have studied all my previous lessons. You can find them on the website ChineseWithOliver.com. 请问你是哪里人？
我是山东青。
I ask, 你是哪里人? You are 哪里 person. 哪里 means where in or just where. So, 你是哪里人 means you are a where person. In English, where are you from? 是哪里人？
我是山东青岛的。
哇塞，好地方。As you know, the Chinese think from big to small. So first he says the province, and then the city where she's from. 我是山东青岛的. In English, I am from Qingdao in Shandong. Shandong is a province. As you know, Dong means east, and Shan, that is a mountain. This character really looks like a mountain. Here you can see the Shandong province. It is situated between Beijing and Shanghai. The most famous city in this province is called Qingdao. It's a beautiful city with lots of German architecture, and also the famous Qingdao beer brewery, founded by German settlers in 1903. Please try to remember the second character, Dao. It means island. Here you can see that character again. It is actually made up of 2 characters, a mountain and a bird sitting on top of the mountain. So that is how ancient Chinese described an island, by drawing a bird having a rest on a mountain in the sea. And this is the world famous Qingdao beer. Look at the name, Qingdao. Something's wrong here. Let me explain. This beer was first produced in 1903, but pinyin was introduced only in 1958.
山东青岛的。
哇塞，好地方。
去过吗？
去过。
喜欢我们的啤酒吗？
I say, 哇塞，好地方. Wow, good place. She asks, 去过吗? Did you go? I reply, 去过. I went.
去过吗？
去过。
喜欢我们的啤酒吗？
好喝极了。那你呢？
我是东北人。
Then she asks, 喜欢我们的啤酒吗? Do you like our beer? I reply, 好喝极了. 好喝, that is good drink, or in English, delicious. And then 极了. If you say an adjective, for example, delicious, and then 极了, that will mean extremely delicious, very, very delicious. I ask, 那你呢? And what about you? 那你呢?
我是东北人。
哇塞，好地方. She replies, 我是东北人. As you know, 东北 means east north, or in English, northeast. These three provinces in the very northeast of China, Heilongjiang, Jilin, and Liaoning, they are Dongbei. They are famous for their cold winters. 好地方，东北哪里？
哈尔滨去过吗？
去过。
看了冰。
I ask, 东北哪里？东北 where? Or in English, where in Dongbei? She replies, Harbin, and that is the capital of the Heilongjiang province, which has a long border with Russia. Look how Harbin is pronounced as 2 syllables, yet there are 3 characters. Harbin. She asks, 去过吗? I reply, 去过。去过。
看了冰灯吗？
看了，真美，冷死了。那你的老家？ Then she asks, 看了冰灯吗? Did you see the 冰灯? In many cities in Dongbei, during the ice-cold winters, there are exhibitions of beautiful ice sculptures and light decoration. These exhibitions are called Pingdeng, which literally means ice light. The Pingdeng of Harbin is the most famous one, not just in China, but in the whole world. These are some pictures of the Harbin Pingdeng. It's very difficult to take pictures, because as soon as you take off your gloves, your hands will start to freeze. Temperatures of -20 or even -30 degrees Celsius are no exception. I reply, 看了, I saw. 真美, really beautiful. And then 冷死了. Leng means cold. If you say an adjective, for example, cold, and then silla, then that means extremely cold. But this extremely has a very negative meaning, as in unbearably cold. Actually, the verb se means to die. So literally, leng silla means so cold that I could die. Another very popular expression using silla is 我饿死了, where means hungry. So I'm so hungry that I could die. In English, I'm starving. 冷死了，那你的老家呢？
我来自昆明。
哇塞，好。I ask, 你的老家呢? What about your hometown? She replies, 我来自昆明. Kunming is a wonderful city and the capital of the beautiful Yunnan province. This is the Yunnan province, one of the most beautiful provinces in China. 好地方。
我也觉得很多民族。
对，我还去过。She says, 我也觉得。I also 觉得。觉得 means to think. She says, 很多民族, a lot of 民族. A 民族 is an ethnic group. China has a total of 56 ethnic groups, the biggest group being the Hanzu.
很多民族。
对，我还去过大理和丽江。
玉龙雪山很漂亮。
I say, 对, correct. 我还去过大理和丽江. I, additionally, have gone to Dali and Lijiang. Dali and Lijiang are 2 beautiful cities in the Yunnan province where all the tourists go, both Chinese and foreigners. This is a picture of Dali and its 3 pagodas. And this is Lijiang with its famous Black Dragon Pool. The mountain on the background is the Yulong Shuashan. 和丽江。
玉龙雪山很漂亮。
对呀，那你 She says 玉龙雪山很漂亮。 Of these 7 characters, you already know 6. The last 3 characters, 很漂亮, that means very beautiful. The 4th character, 山, that was a mountain. The first character, Yu, that was a very popular Chinese girl's name, Jade. The second character, that was the name of the famous actor Jackie Chan, his Chinese name, Chunglong. It also was one of the animals of the Chinese zodiac. Long, it's a dragon. So Yulong is a jade dragon. The only character you don't know is Xue, and that means snow. The Yulong Xueshan, or Jade Dragon Snow Mountain, is one of the highest mountains in China, with the peak at 5,596 meters high. You can take a cableway almost to the top, and on the top there is so little oxygen that every few meters you must take a rest. Some people rent oxygen bottles before they go up. Nina.
我是西安的。
哇塞，好地。She says, 我是西安的。I am from Xi'an. Xi'an is the capital of the Shaanxi province. You already know both characters. Xi is west, and An, that was peace, just like in the Tian'anmen Square in Beijing. Many foreigners don't know that the X is pronounced as sh, Xi'an, so they will say Xi'an, but you and I know better. Now look at these yellow letters. That is how to write Xi'an in pinyin. The apostrophe between the I and the A is very important. If we wouldn't put it there, then Xi'an would become the one character word Xian, which means first. This is the Shaanxi province in the center of China. 好地方。
你去看了兵马俑吗？
去了2次。She asks, 去看了兵马俑吗? Did you go and see the 兵马俑? The Pingma Yong, that is the famous terracotta army or terracotta warriors. As you can see in the name, Pingma Yong. It is a huge army of figures of soldiers and horses. It was made by the first emperor of China. He was afraid to die alone, so he made a terracotta army to join him into the afterlife. So far, more than 8,000 soldiers have been found. There are no 2 soldiers the same. Just under 700 horses have been found so far. More than 700,000 craftsmen were involved in the construction of this army. The emperor didn't want anybody to know about this army and its location. So all the workers were killed when the emperor died.
你去看了兵马俑吗？
去了2次，真有意思啊。
欢迎再来。
谢谢你。那你呢？ I reply, 去了2次，真有意思。I went 2 times, really has 意思。有意思 means to have meaning. In English, that would be interesting. Then she says, 欢迎再来。欢迎 again, come. 欢迎 means to welcome. So 欢迎再来 means I welcome you to come again. In English, come back anytime. 那你呢？
我是广东深圳的。
哇塞，好地。The girl says, 我是广东深圳的。I am from Shenzhen in Guangdong. 好地方。
你没去过吧？
去过好几次。你真正 She says, ironically, 你没去过吧? The ba at the end means I guess, so I guess you didn't go. I reply, 去过好几次. I went 好几次. 好几次 literally means quite a few times. 好几次，你经常去香港吗？
有的时候。
I ask, 你经常去香港吗？ Do you 经常 go to Hong Kong? 经常 means often. 香港吗？
有的时候，香港的东西好贵。
需要签证吗？ First he says 有的时候 which literally means there are times. In English, sometimes. Then she says 香港的东西好贵. The things in Hong Kong very expensive.
东西好贵。
需要签证吗？
我不需要。
那奥尼
I ask 需要签证吗？需要 that means to need. And a 签证 that is a visa. She replies 我不需要 I don't need.
我不需要。
那奥尼弗你自己是哪里人？
我来自 She asks 你自己是哪里人？ You yourself are a where person. I reply 我来自 I come from.
美国、捷克、英国、日本、加拿大、澳大利亚。
Right, now I will show you the conversation once more, but this time without subtitles.
可以叹气。
确实不能叹气。
请问你是哪里人？
我是山东青岛的，
哇塞，好地方！
去过吗？
去过，
喜欢我们的啤酒吗？
好喝极了。那你呢？
我是东北人，
哇塞，好地方！东北哪里？
哈尔滨去过吗？
去过，
看了冰灯吗？
看了，真美，冷死了。那你的老家呢？
我来自昆明，
哇塞，好地方！
我也觉得很多民族。
对呀，我还去过大理和丽江。
玉龙雪山很漂亮。
对呀，那你呢？
我是西安的，
哇塞，好地方！
你去看了兵马俑吗？
去了2次，真有意思啊！
欢迎再来。
谢谢你。那你呢？
我是广东深圳的。
哇塞，好地方！
你没去过吧？
去过好几次。你经常去香港吗？
有的时候，香港的东西好贵。
需要签证吗？
我不需要。
那奥尼弗你自己是哪里人？
我来自美国、捷克、英国、日本、加拿大、澳大利亚。
哇塞，好地方！
You can find all the lessons on the website ChineseWithOliver.com.